Hello, welcome to this program, the Wisdom of God Assembly program, where we try to solve African problems starting from Nigeria. What we want to look at today is this verse of Bible in the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 44, 43 and 44. 43 and 44. Matthew chapter 5, verse 43 and 44. He said, "You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. But I say unto you, love your enemy, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who despitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be the son of your Father which is in heaven." So that is the verse that we are looking at today. The verse said, "You have heard that it was said, you shall love your neighbor and hate." Matthew chapter 5, verse 43. Matthew 5, go to 43. You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy. That was what was said. But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you, that you may be the sons of your Father which is in heaven. That is where we want to look at this morning. He said, so that you will be the son of your Father which is in heaven. As I look at life today, I discovered that everybody want to actually be son of the Father. Son does not only connote a male child here, it connotes both the children, both the female and the distinct. Just like the way Bible says he created man. So son in the Bible there connotes the two. So what I see is that everybody want to be the sons of the Father, because especially in Nigeria and in Africa, where everybody want is our problem to be solved, and we know that God have power to solve all the whole problem. So this verse said that you may be the sons of your Father which is in heaven. For he make his sun rise on the evil and on the good, and set rain. For if you love those who love you, what reward have you? Okay, this was the verse that I was trying to. What reward have you? So here, God is saying, if we love those who love you, what reward have you? Do not even the tax collector do the same? And if you greet your brethren only, what do you do more than others? Do not even the tax collector do the same? Therefore be ye perfect, even as your heavenly Father is perfect. You see, I have preached about this verse of Bible one day, that one of the simplest way to be perfect, according to Jesus Christ, to love your enemy. So we have seen it today again. So what do you have to say? But as we look at church today, a lot of people are trying to become the sons of the Father. A lot of people are trying to become the Father's favorite. Everybody's trying to become somebody dear to Jesus Christ's heart. But especially looking at in Africa, nobody seems to love enemy. Nobody seems, if you quarrel, sometimes you don't even quarrel yourself, you are already enemy. Now we are encouraged to even hate even friends, even family members. The way the system is building now, you are supposed to be hating them. You are supposed to be even doing, but you love your choir master, you love your pastor. Those ones you don't hate, they are not your enemy. But even your mother we are sometimes encouraged to hate by prophet. So why? The question that I want to ask, that I want us to ruminate in, is that why is it that the Christian today, the society today, does not even have correlation to this kind of verse of Bible? Why? And Jesus Christ, when Jesus Christ says something, he says it very well. If you go to Europeans, for your business to flourish, you need to love even those who hate you. You need to love even those who hate your business. You need to still forgive them and still make them come to you, still love them. So Jesus Christ's word even encompass everything. If somebody don't have money to pay for hospital bill today, you still forgive him. Even unbelievers or people that don't know, but we Christians are supposed to be the one reading the Bible. And you see some of these pastors saying that they have read Bible 300 to 20 times, 30 times. They have read Bible all together 30 times. A lot of these pastors. So why is it? Let's hear your opinion, please. Let's hear your opinion. Now it's time for you to talk. I have tell you the problem. The problem is that I see something in the Bible, and this thing is key, because all the old Bible is talking about love, 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 love. This is just like the center of the Bible, and yet it does not cross anybody's mind in Nigeria. to love enemy, to love especially witchcraft. Let's see. He said, but I say unto you, love your enemy, bless those who curse you. You know, this curse means witchcraft. Now, how do you, what is witchcraft? Witchcraft people who pronounce some things to the ear. Witchcraft people who do some things. Curse means they release words. They release this thing. This verse saying, love even witchcraft. And of course, we saw Jesus Christ do some of those things. So why is it like that? Now, over to you. Talk, please. Why do people don't like people these days?
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
My own understanding why people don't love or like helping people this time around these days is just because there is no love again. And helping people this time around, some other preachers, like some other pastors, will be encouraging them that don't help poor people. If you help poor people, you yourself will become poor.
And nobody wants.
Nobody wants to become poor. Nobody wants to go back to poverty. That is my own thinking. That is why people don't like helping people again. And secondly,
so nothing concerns anybody with what Jesus Christ say now. So because of poverty, Jesus Christ who came to die for us. So nothing, and almost all the Christians want to satisfy that Jesus Christ. So now, because if you help poor person, if you help winch, you will become poor. So now nothing concerns you with what Jesus say. Nothing concerns. Or what do you have to say?
That's why I'm saying that this time around, not that some people don't like to help, but mostly people don't like to help. But you know, they are not thinking about what Jesus Christ said or what is in the Bible or what Bible said. They just believe that is it Jesus Christ that help them make their money, or is it them they suffer for their money, so they can't spend money anyhow. They won't even consider others apart from them and their family.
Wow, that is great. So we are still waiting for more answers. What you are saying, take us to Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10 told us something. Matthew chapter 10. You said because Jesus Christ did not help them make the money, they suffer for it and they do all those things. That is why they will not help. Matthew chapter 10 verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out demons. Freely have you received, freely give. Now that the key word there is freely have you received, freely give. Now the question is, what is the meaning of freely? So they did not receive from God. If you receive from Jesus Christ, you be freely you receive. So that means that you are saying that they receive it from their own, they get it, nothing concern, God did not give them freely. They suffer for it. So there is no place of wisdom, all those kind of things. So they didn't receive freely, and so they are not giving freely. So anybody who does not have money, because most of this time, this enemy don't have money. These poor people don't have money to pay you. But because you did not receive freely, as God says, Jesus Christ says here, heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse the leper. These are the worst things that could happen to human beings. Yet Jesus Christ says, give freely. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, in case you are just joining us, we are in this verse of Bible that says, love your enemy, do good to those who curse you, and we equate that curse to witchcraft, and we said do good to those who hate you. So now we are saying that it is so difficult for even us, even we talk himself, it's not even easy, 100% easy, but it's just that we are a little bit higher than an average Nigeria. It's not that easy, sir, for even me to love those who have hurt me, like still draw them closely like people who actually love me. So why is that situation? Is it that nothing concerns us with Jesus Christ again or something? So that is what we are trying to see. That is what we are trying to see. So why is it like that?
Praise the Lord. You know, the reason why I said so that people don't like help, because some of them did not receive free. There is some argument that we used to do sometimes, saying that someone did ritual. For instance, I just want to give an instance. Someone did money ritual.
Money ritual, okay.
Maybe sacrifice his mother or his father or his son or his wife and make money. You know, that person knows he has a punishment.
Yep.
So and that kind of person who cannot be giving freely money anyhow, helping people anyhow, because he knows how to suffer and get his money.
And there is some precaution. You don't help some people.
Yes,
you don't help.
Apart from that, then I said they will think, then I sacrifice their money and make money. They will start to
they
be
don't
giving.
sleep in the night,
They don't sleep in,
so they will now give somebody to go and enjoy.
So that is my own.
That is your own.
That people don't like help.
Okay, but I want to ask you a question, Samson. Do you agree that church pastors, big people, go against this Bible self? So I understand now you are talking about those who even go to Babala, who are fetish, who are evil. But what about those even preaching? Imagine that, just look at this verse of Bible, imagine that all the old pastor preach it once in a year. Imagine the development that will come to Nigeria. Imagine the transformation that will happen to Nigeria. Let all the old pastors just say, okay, just only one Sunday in a year we will be preaching this kind of verse of Bible. Poor people will rise. The enemy will increase. I mean, the enemy will appear. And sometimes, when you help your enemy, I have testimonial. When you help your enemy, that's when an enemy to stop.
Yes.
Sometimes when you help your enemy, despite his wickedness, that's when enemy to stop. So let's keep hearing this stuff. Hallelujah.
I want to ask, helping and loving, are they the same? When you help that person, does that mean you love the person? And another thing is that there's different, to my own understanding, there's difference between loving your enemy and helping. Do you even know who your enemy is? Just to my own understanding, the simple logic is you love everybody. You don't, most times you said we should live with peace with our neighbors. It does not matter, because you don't even know who the enemy is most times.
But sometimes the prophet tell us who the enemy. They tell you your mother, your uncle, the villagers.
To my own, no. Most times you might not even know who the person is. Even it might even be somebody that is even your neighbor, be somebody, even if they tell you that okay, this is the person doing you or something like that, so far you don't have any evil against that person. So to me, I believe that there's difference between you helping and you loving. You might help somebody and you don't even love that person, and you might love this person and you don't even have the capacity of helping that person, but you don't show that love. Even through your word alone, your word alone can go far. It's not every time that you have something in your pocket to give out to somebody. Sometimes, what about the day that you are broke? Does that mean you did not love that person? No. There's a difference between, okay, you not helping this person does not mean that you did not love him. Me not giving you money today now when you are hungry does not mean I did not love you. So you might love that person and you might not have the capacity of helping that person at that particular time. I'm talking about helping in the time of giving out money or giving out food or giving out cash. Maybe you yourself have not even eaten last night and you saw somebody crying and somebody has not even eaten. Does that mean you did not love that person? No. Most times this love is an attitude, as in the way you showcasing that thing. It might be through your word alone. You might see somebody passing through problem and your word of encouragement, your word of advice alone can go a long way helping that person. But in this modern thing that most times we categorize helping people to giving out money. But most times it's not all about money. You can help through your word, you can help through your connection. I may know this person now and I said please let me help this, and because I don't have that, it's not that through that money, okay, you are looking for something now, at least you are helping by you connecting me to another person. It's part of help. Okay. And apart from that, this verse that is saying that love your enemy and do good to those that hate you, sometimes some people might even say something against you that is not that does not even mean that the person hates you. You know, sometimes as a parent, even when your parent is correcting you, sometimes you say this woman hates you, or this woman is wicked, or something like that. because the person is trying to correct you or trying to monitor you or trying to do something, you think that that person is wicked, and at the end of the day you think that person is your enemy,
and that person
or
was
something.
trying to help self.
So most times, if you said you should just love everybody, even in your heart. Don't even create a space that okay, this person is your enemy. You don't even have to create that in your mind, because you will not have a rest of mind.
Yes.
You going in the road and be saying, hey, see these people, see this person is looking at me, this person is your enemy. No, be free. Let your mind be free towards everybody. Anybody you see, love them, play with them, help them. The person that is in your capacity of helping, help that person. It might not even be money. You saw an old woman passing by carrying a lot of load on the head. You can help. That is a part of helping. Everything is not about money. Everything is not about giving, but showing that love, that attitude of love. And don't create it in your mind that this person is your enemy, or this person is the person doing you. Even if you know that your enemy yourself, can you deal with that person yourself? So even if we have a spiritual aspect that okay, oh, there is devil somewhere, be this person is going to babalawo because of you, I want to, can you deal with it yourself? You can't deal with it yourself. We don't even have our power. We don't even have the power except Jesus Christ to deal with it for us. So if you put it at the back of your mind that you love everyone and you don't create it in your mind that okay, this person is your enemy. Let me tell you, we are all human beings. If I discover that if you create it in your mind that this person is my enemy, this person did not love me, there is no way that your attitude will not change towards that person. Even if the person was just going on his way and your leg the person is just looking at you, just going on, and you mistakenly hit your leg, you think that is that person. I pray the Lord will help us in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Wow, so thank you. So we are still on this verse that says that helping, love your enemy, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you and despitefully use you. Let's read that verse again. But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, and do good to those who hate you, and pray for those who spitefully use you and persecute you. Look at that, spitefully use you. The person use you, did not pay you money. That's the meaning of that word. You work for the person, did not pay you money. And he said, pray for him. And after he did not pay you money again, he persecute you again. Persecute means he go about saying wrong thing about you. He go about saying wrong thing about you. Jesus Christ, he said, pray for that kind of person. So, what do you think?
In this life, we experience a lot of things. This morning, there was something that happened at my work this morning. As a nurse, we have a patient, we have a little child that we're monitoring that is inside the ward. We have been trying everything. Throughout yesterday, they brought the baby that the baby was vomiting and things like that. The baby was restless, and we admitted the baby. Throughout yesterday, the baby was playing, did not do anything. As in, later we discovered that the baby was running fever. You can't believe that me that was even trying to observe the baby, that okay, oh, what did you use? As in, what did you give the baby? The baby now started vomiting this morning. The mother now brought the baby that, everything, this thing, the baby is not coming. I said, madam, throughout yesterday, this boy did not even vomit. And you said no matter what you give the baby before, the baby will throw up. Now, throughout yesterday, now what did you give this baby yesterday night? And he said he gave the baby cereal. Like you see the baby's stomach now swollen. I said this baby is having constipation. The food he ate is not digesting, and things like that. Okay, and now we now call the doctor. The doctor said we should administer some things. I was even the one that was saying, ma, we have to deworm this baby. This time, when last did you deworm? He said the last time they dewormed me, he vomited the thing. I said we are giving him deworm. Me that was trying to trying to help the child and things like that. I was even the one that the mother now started insulting this morning. She now said, you too, I thought you are a mother, how can't you do this? I was saying, he said, I was now trying to explain to the grandmother. I now went to bring some injections to give to that child. As I was giving, she said, the injection they are giving this child is too much and things like that. I started shouting. I said, ma, we are after the safety of this boy. If we are administering this thing and this thing is not working, we have to. He said, I was not explaining to that. The first time I did not even answer because the thing was irritating me. So I did not answer that woman. I did not answer the grandmother that was talking. The woman now said I should not insult her grandmother. I said, I'm not insulting you. I only kept quiet because I don't want problem. And at the end of the day, when I try to explain to you, you pick up offense on it. That I said, ma, and to God, as in the way the God we have is glory. The immediately I administered that thing, the boy stood up and started playing himself, even drag his father out that they should go and receive fresh air. The boy that was restless, that has been running, as in having stomach pain and things like that morning, the one now said, you see, the boy does not play. I say, ma, assuming we did not give this thing now that you were shouting that everything that I've been giving him, the thing is not working and things like that. I say, assuming we did not administer this one now, this boy, will he be able to stand up? But you just have to show that love.
So you are helping somebody, but he's even paying you with.
That's just it. Me that I'm trying to even help that person, the person now took me as his own enemy. I was coming this morning, I was giving, even the husband was greeting me. Auntie Nurse, thank you, oh, good night. I said, thank you, ma. Goodbye, ma. She did not even answer. Me that was trying to help the child is the one, is my own that they pick as enemy, and I am the one that. So even with that, even with that, you don't have to, despite the insult that the grandmother was giving me and the mother herself and everything, that does not mean that I was going, I will not greet her. Wow. Me, I show my own love, I show my own part. I told her that I'm playing my own part. I told her that I'm after the safety of this child.
Anything that you are not.
So I pray the Lord will help us.
Wow, so it's so sometimes practically difficult for you to love your enemy, because even when you are doing good to a person, I have somebody here who I'm going to beg to tell his story, even if he did not want to tell his story. He borrowed somebody money, 10,000 naira, when the person was seriously in problem. People who did not borrow the person money, they are now seeing you like the wicked person now. People who have the thing sitting in their pocket. Let's hear the story from the horse's mouth. Please, just tell us how helping somebody resort to police. You want to even resort to police station now, sir, and every.
That is why I wanted to ask a question when she was making a point. But I wanted to ask, like, in this time around, I'm not sure it's possible for someone to love everybody. To love everybody and able to help this time around. Because there are some people that have help to that, to the extent that help is not benefiting them.
They don't even see you like
yes, such as someone like me, for instance, I've helped a lot of people. Even though it's not about giving, but assisting, like borrowing money.
Which that is one of.
At the extent, for me to see the money will not turn to another issue. Maybe it's not fighting to turn to quarrel, it will turn to something else to collect the money.
And people who did not want to help them when they were dying in their problem, yes, will now come and
see you as if you are a bad person. But they will not even.
They really want to come and settle the.
That come to help.
Most times, that's why we are talking about loving.
That is it. So there's a guy I borrowed money, 10,000. The guy was in need of money, begging me like as if he has no
to rent house because there's no house to.
So I'm the one I borrow him the money, as in he made all promise that this money will not reach even up to 2 weeks, even up to 3 weeks. But to be sincere, that money is close to 1 year like this now for me to collect money. Till date, I've not even seen the money to collect.
And he's working.
So
collecting salary.
Someone that borrow you money, the person don't know what to use the money for. But still, it's just for me to help. Where I suffered myself and give the money I take, just use it for you to solve your own issue.
And then when you want to pay even like half, quarter again, come fight wanted to come again.
So all those things, that is why I'm saying that to help this time around is not everybody. Even to love self, is not every day. Is people start from people around you to create love and help before you can even talk about any other thing. That's what I'm talking this time around. But neighbors, that's why Bible classifies some people like love your neighbors, love your enemies, love your neighbors, show love to them, those who will love you. But me, I understand that it's for everybody. You should love everybody. Yes, but you start from your around your communities, your neighbors, your friends, your family, your friends.
And you love yourself.
And yourself.
If you don't love yourself, most times it's very difficult to transfer that into another person. When you don't even love yourself, you don't even like the image you are, you don't even like anything about yourself. You think that everything you are doing is just nonsense. You are a bunch of failure. You are thinking, you don't even see any confidence in yourself. I'm very sure you will not even see the good in another person. not to talk of loving that person. So that's why if you so far you love yourself, you will not even be able to hurt another person. The thing is as simple as, I don't understand, because some people, the Bible said that love yourself as in love your neighbor as yourself. Anything you want to do to others, try and do it to yourself, and feel that okay, I want to pinch you now. If I pinch myself, won't I feel hurt? Sure. So why will you now hurt another person? So I know it's not that easy to help and to love, but we just because of Jesus Christ, because he's the author and the finisher of our faith, and even is the one that we are looking up to, we just have to endure this. The road is not easy. That's just it. The road is not easy. It's not easy to do anything in this life, but we just have to try. We just have to try hard. Just have to let the Holy Spirit continue to control our mind. So if the Holy Spirit is controlling our mind, we will see that everything will be easier. Now we will now say, okay, let me love this person, let me do this. Even because of somebody has hurt you in the past, if I want to react with what happened this morning now, if they bring any person, I will not even answer that person. But another woman came this morning, and I was the one that even attending to her. I was going, the one was saying, madam, are you going? I said, I'm going. The money beauty people will answer you. She said, okay, thank you, ma'am. You just have to allow that one to go. That must not weigh you down from helping another person or from loving another person because somebody has hurt you in the past.
Wow, that is great. But what about loving the same person again?
Yes.
The same figure, the same woman who have abused the privilege before. It's still possible.
It's still possible.
Well, especially if she repents. Especially if the person realizes the mistake. Wow, that is great. Just imagine that there are few churches saying this kind of thing, building people's mind to this kind of thing. Nigeria will develop and transform. Wow. So do anyone, okay, you have something to say? Thank you very much. Let's hear thank God. Is, by the way, is in primary 5 now. So.
Like now, if you hate somebody now, like that is your enemies that you hate, like you now forgive the person, and how can you have another enemies? Like now, you sin for you do bad thing for somebody, like you carry stone and throw for him, you not tell him sorry, and now you not die, and you not tell the person that he should forgive you, and the person now
you die without telling the person to forgive you. Okay.
Like you now go to heaven now, and God say that, and God can still forgive you until when the person forgive you, that God can forgive you, or until when Jesus forgive you.
Okay, I think what he's saying is that the first one, he said that if you hate somebody and you did not forgive the person, how can you have friends again? Or if you hate somebody and you forgive the person, how can you have enemy again? And it's very, very correct. If you hate somebody and you forgive the person, then there is no enemy again. That is from his own statement. He said, if you hate somebody and you forgive the person, how can you have enemy again? So it's very, very correct. The way for we to remove any form of enmity to zero is for we to continue to love one another. Then the second question, to the way I understand it, is that you throw stone on somebody, you offend somebody, and you did not apologize, you die. Yeah. Whether God can forgive you without you restituting, without you, and his point is very, very vital. Without the person forgiving you, the person, maybe you steal, maybe you do something, and the person did not forgive you. Well, I think God can still forgive you so long as you repent. But there is a place to go and beg the person too. There is restitution too in the Bible. But what do you have to say? But me, I think that, to me, it's not every time said that you have power to go and beg the person again. So sometimes you just need to go to your father straight and beg for forgiveness before you die. If you do not beg for forgiveness, if you die, definitely a sinner cannot enter heaven. But if you beg for forgiveness, say he is faithful and just to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. So what do you have to say, is it same thing with me or?
It's the same thing now. There's no, you've concluded everything. If he said if you sin, like you do anything wrong, bad,
You throw stone.
stealing, killing, or do anything wrong, and you did not ask for forgiveness
From the person. And you die.
and you died, will God forgive you first, or before the person? And before the person forgive you, before God will forgive you first. That is how I understand this one question. But that is, it depends on the person. If the person have asked God himself for forgiveness, God will forgive him, because that
Because
is the only way.
heavenly journey is personal. You go to God personally.
personal, one-on-one. So that is the God will forgive him. That is his own, if he asks for forgiveness. But if he did not ask for forgiveness and he did not realize his mistake, that is the one that I don't know.
Yeah.
Because a sinner
I
cannot
don't think. Yeah. I don't think a sinner cannot inherit the kingdom of God. But some of this question is not okay.
Like now, they say that if snake bites somebody, like if you die, like if it's not the snake that bites you, like it bites somebody that like another person, like enemies, that you will die, it will affect you and die. Shey, is it truth?
Snake bite another person and the thing affect
Yes,
you and you
that
die.
people will be saying that like that.
No, they are joking. I am Yoruba myself, and I know they are actually saying, like, it's just like they saying, of course it cannot happen. It cannot happen. There is no scientific explanation. Even snake bite another person and you die. So even the person that snake bites, if the first aid is applied to him, he will not die, let alone another person. So that is it. But your Yoruba parable, Ota Emaku, that word is a figurative speech. It's not as if they are saying that you will die. If Yoruba say Ota Emaku, the mother does not want to abuse the child. It's usual, those kind of statements used to come from mother to child, or you say that if you pour that water in your eye, your enemy will. He does not want to come out directly. He does not want to come out directly and say that if you pour that water, your enemy will be blind, or you will be blind. So he come out and say, it's mother to children most often that I hear those kind of statements. So that is it. Nobody, you will not die for another person. For another person, it's Jesus Christ that died for our sin. So that is it.
According to the question he was asking the other time, it not depends on the person you offend. If the person you offend, Jesus Christ was even praying. He said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. Even the thief on the cross, apart from that, apart from the fact that he realized himself as a sinner. He realized himself as a sinner, but Jesus Christ prayed for him. So that one even can go a long way. If the person you offend forgives you and pray for you, automatically God will forgive you. So apart from you yourself personally asking for forgiveness of your sins, we have some people that do some things ignorantly, that they did not even know what they did, that what they did now is not even good. Maybe they were just playing, they just mistakenly do something. They might not even know that what I did is not even good though. But even the person that you did that thing to, in his own mind, just overlook it and say, God will forgive you. As in that statement alone, because Jesus Christ himself, he even prayed for them. He said, Father, forgive them. Why is he praying for them? He said, because they did not know what they are doing. So automatically, if that person you have offended also forgives you and pray for you, I believe that God himself will forgive you and automatically will erase that sin away from you.
Wow, so ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being with us. We were considering this verse of Bible that love your enemy, do good to those who hate you. So thank you very much. We'll see you next Sunday. God bless. Bye.